Looking for your next favorite book? Or maybe your next ghost story? From the Ground Up Books isn't just a bookstore, it's an experience. With 2 unique locations in LaGrange and Shepherdsville, we're proud to be a local hub for readers, writers, and lovers of the unusual. Our LaGrange store is tucked inside the historic Ballard House, built in 1840, and yes, it's haunted. Join us for book signings, author events, and ghost hunts through this legendary Kentucky landmark. Or stop by our Shepherdsville store, nestled along the Bourbon Trail, for small-town charm, indie reads, and a few spirited surprises of its own. So if you love books, community, and just the right amount of weird, come visit us in person or explore online at FromTheGroundUpBooks.com. From the Ground Up Books. Read local, feel the history, keep it weird, y'all.
Feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or energetically off balance? It might be time to reconnect with yourself. At Mystic Bliss Reiki, we offer heart-centered healing using Usui Holy Fire and Karuna Reiki to help you release stress, clear energetic blockages, and awaken your inner peace. Whether you're seeking personal transformation, looking to heal from past emotional wounds, or curious about your soul's journey through past life regression, Mystic Bliss Reiki is your sacred space for spiritual renewal. We also offer certified Reiki training so you can not only receive healing, but also become a healer. Sessions are available in person or online, so wherever you are, your healing can begin. Are you ready to feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned? Visit mysticblissreiki.com and book your session today. Where energy flows, healing begins.
Hello and welcome to Weirdos in the Wild with our co-hosts, AJ Oxley, paranormal investigator with Beyond This Life Paranormal and multi-generational paranormal enthusiast, and Lynn Tincher, Beyond This Life paranormal investigator, Reiki master, published author, and near-death experiencer. Travel with them, a couple of everyday weirdos on a wild ride to all things paranormal and metaphysical.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Weirdos in the Wild. My name's AJ.
And I'm Lynn.
Lynn, you and I are going to talk about something, I don't know, we thought we'd try something a little different this time. Something a little fun, something a little different. I came up with this one, so if it bombs, you can blame me. But I started thinking about ghosts in popular culture and that kind of thing, and I thought, what about ghosts and paranormal things that have to do with the movies or television? And you said, okay, let's do it. So I kind of thought, okay, first of all, I kind of thought which ways I could go with this. I thought, well, we could do characters. Well, there's Casper the Friendly Ghost or Slimer, from Ghostbusters. But I thought, no, that'd be dumb. So I actually thought about, what about things that are paranormal that have ended up in movies or kind of, folklore or what have you.
Paranormal caught on camera.
Paranormal caught on camera that kind of got accidentally caught on camera maybe, or was in a movie and people said, is it real? Is it not real? So it's kind of the way I decided to go. I don't know which way you went, but we're going to figure this out together here. So
That's right. Because like you said before, we don't talk about this ahead of time.
No, not really. We just kind of wing it. No, we don't wing it. We actually have notes. I have notes in my hand.
Yeah.
But
we do have plans. We just don't talk about it.
Yes, we don't.
We want to take this naturally, and it seems to be what people like about us. So
yeah. So we don't know why people like us. We're too weird for most folks, but
but
if you're here listening to us, you're weird like us, and we love it. So
that's right.
So then I started thinking, okay, so what about movies and things like that? And so I think that, probably one of the most famous ones of all time, is The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
and I'm probably thinking you probably know this one or have come across this one before too. And the legend, the lore, whatever you want to call it, is of the hanging munchkin.
Yep.
And the legend or lore is that one of the munchkin actors had taken their own life and hung themselves during the taping of the movie. And there is a scene where Dorothy and the other characters are walking down the yellow brick road, and off in the distance, you see something that looks like somebody is, or someone is hanging from a tree that's kind of off in the distance. It's been debunked, but I went back, I actually found the scene when I'm doing a little investigation on the internet. And it does kind of look like a person with something hanging.
Hmm.
In reality, it's a bird, a giant bird.
Right.
And the story is that the directors and other folks that were doing the movie, they literally borrowed some sort of really tall, giant looking bird. I don't know exactly what it was. I couldn't exactly tell what it was. Um, I couldn't tell if it was a stork, an emu, something like that. I don't know.
Bird regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, so a tall, long-looking bird, and I guess the whole idea was to let this bird, which was borrowed from the Los Angeles County Zoo, which I thought was kind of interesting, that the zoo just lended them a giant bird. But to make it look more realistic, was to let the bird just kind of wander around on the set. Well, somehow the bird ends up in this perfect spot where it ends up in front of one of the trees, and the lighting and everything gives that effect. Well, in reality, it was just a bird, but it has become a folklore legend that that was actually a ghost that was caught. Unfortunately, it was not. Probably the other one that I think a lot of people know is from Three Men and a Baby,
Yep.
right?
That one's creepy. I remember seeing that myself going, what is that?
So, the well, that was what in oh, probably going to age ourselves here, Lynn. 80s movie, is that right? Ted
I think
Danson?
so. I think so.
Yeah. Um, and there's a scene where, and I went back and I found this one too. There's a scene where Ted Danson is with the baby and his mother, and they're walking from one room to another, and behind them is a figure standing behind this curtain.
Yep.
And when you go and you really look at it, it's creepy as the camera passes by it. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Um, Now went back and I found that actual piece of footage again on the internet. I found it. I can see where when you saw it on in the cinema, or you saw it, I guess back in the day on a VHS tape. I guess
VHS, whichever.
DVD, VHS. Again, we're dating ourselves.
Yeah.
It looks like a person standing there. It looks like a kid standing there. But when I found it on the internet and it was slowed down, you can see what it really is.
Hmm.
And it's a cardboard cutout. It's actually a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson's character in the movie.
Yeah.
And I guess there is another scene in the movie where that cardboard cutout is standing in a room somewhere. Why it is there, I don't think anybody ever really knew who put it there or why it was there. Um, but it became a piece of, pop culture, folklore, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And some of that stemmed from the fact that a boy had died in the apartment that they filmed in.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of people just put two and two together and said, okay, this boy died in this apartment and there's his ghost in the window.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, they kind of help lead on to the urban legend,
Hmm.
so to speak.
Yeah. Which ones did you have? I've got some more, but we're gonna pop back. We'll pop back to them in a minute.
All right, I found one about the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. I didn't know this one.
Yeah, there's a claim that during an episode that was filmed in Hawaii, that strange
The whole
accidents, huh?
the Hawaii one where he gets the little wood figurine thing that he's not supposed to take and gets the bad luck.
Well, that evidently the bad luck really plagued them during production too. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So they said the hotel that we used for filming was rumored to be haunted, and the actors saw things while they were filming. I don't think any of them actually made it into the film, but it was a big deal for them while they were there that there was a lot of things that happened, a lot of accidents and other kind of creepy things that happened while they were filming. Um,
Mm.
and so people, started really paying attention to that episode to see if they could see anything. So who knows?
But nothing was really caught on camera, though.
Well, they say that some fans believe that there's a reflection in one scene that shows
Oh.
something unnatural. So if I don't know exactly which scene or what part, because I didn't go look at it, but
Hmm.
we're all going to be pulling up our Brady Bunch Netflix leftover episodes. Leftover? What am I trying to say? But anyway, we're going to be pulling up some Brady Bunch footage for the Hawaiian episode to see if we could see any kind of strange something that seems unnatural as a reflection.
Huh. I didn't know that one.
Yeah. There's did you get The Exorcist?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I think I do have The Exorcist.
'Cause
No,
there,
go ahead. Go ahead with The Exorcist.
well, it's just some more things that were strange that happened during filming, but I don't think anything actually made it on film. But there were numerous fires reported on set while filming, except for Reagan's bedroom. That never had a problem. Some crew members interpreted that as, being supernatural influence. Um, the fires were traced to technical causes, but the sheer number of them made them believe that their production was cursed. So, if you think about it, you're talking about conjuring up something that needs to be exercised. You might actually have a visitor from something that might need to be exercised. So, who knows?
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that are kind of in that realm, I found several that are kind of in that kind of realm.
Hmm.
Amityville, the movie Amityville Horror. There's actually the original movie that came out in 1979, and then there was a remake in 2005.
Right.
And the original actor from 1977 was James Braylen, and he did not want to do the movie. Is the way that the story goes. Is he really didn't want to do the movie, and he was getting ready to basically say no, I'm not going to do it. And supposedly he was sitting there reading the script and had basically decided I'm not doing this. And he was somewhere where he had his pants hanging up and his pants fell off of a hanger. He took that as a sign from something paranormal had taken those off, and that was his sign that he should do this movie.
Hmm. Interesting.
Interesting. Yes, it's definitely interesting. But some weird things happened when it came to the remake of this movie in 2005. And I think that's kind of what we found about. I'm going to go through some strange things here that a lot of these movies have. Not really that they caught a lot, but some of them did. But Ryan Reynolds was the person that played the character that James Braylen did, and Ryan Reynolds played that in the 2005 version of it. Not only him, but a number of the members of the cast they started waking up in the middle of the night, and they started discussing like, I woke up last night, I was up, blah 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 blah, and they were like, well, yeah, I woke up at 3:15. They all started waking up at 3:15 in the morning.
Mm.
Well, 3:15 is the time that the murder supposedly happened in that house.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of weird that it happened to a number of them, and they all realized that it was happening at the same time. The house, when they were filming at the house, in the back of that house is a boathouse, and a dead body washed up on shore at the boathouse while they were filming in 2005.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of the cast members just said that they just didn't feel comfortable there. They felt like there was a presence in that house while they were filming. So definitely some strange things that happened there while they were filming that movie. A couple of these movies I had not heard of, but this one is called The Possession. Have you heard of it?
No.
So it's about a cursed Jewish relic, and it's called a. I'm hoping I'm not going to just really just butcher this. A Dybbuk. It's a Dybbuk box, and it's basically a wine cabinet, kind of a small box. You could has two doors on it. You open it up. It's a wine cabinet. the The story is it is haunted by a spirit called a Dybbuk, and a Dybbuk is a wandering spirit that can kind of take over a person. If you look it up, you can actually look up what a Dybbuk is. And the premise is that this little girl had, I believe, if I remember correctly, she had bought this or found this box at a garage sale and took it home. So it's kind of like one of these haunted items.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were taping this movie, strange things would happen. They talked about, of all things, chilly breezes, as we talked about in our previous episode, cold spots and things that are cold. Light bulbs. Light bulbs would just explode out of nowhere.
Wow.
And the craziest thing of all is that the storage facility where they kept all the props for this movie, the storage facility burnt to the ground. And the authorities said it was not electrical, mechanical, anything like that that caused it. It was not arson either. And basically, they could come up with no reason why the facility burnt down.
Huh.
The crazy part about that is, too, the actual prop, the Dybbuk prop, it burnt up in the fire as well.
Oh, wow.
And when and because of all the strange things that were going on, the directors and everybody they wanted to replace it. That was our main little prop, right? It's about the whole movie. The cast and the crew were like, no, we've had too many weird things happen, and we think it's because of this thing, and they really believe that their prop was cursed.
Oh, wow.
So they actually would not allow them to replace it, which is kind of strange. So, and then I've got a couple more here, a couple more. The movie The Conjuring. You've probably heard of that one.
Yep.
It's a story about a family. Their name's Perrin, and basically, they had all of these weird things that were happening to them in their house. The main part of the movie was two paranormal investigators. This house is in Rhode Island. While they were taping the movie, the family that actually owned the house would tell their stories about what would happen, what they had going on, and they actually had believed that there was some sort of exorcism that had to be done. The Catholic Church actually came in, and they tried to get them to come in, but because they were not Catholic, the church would not actually come in and do it. They believed that there was something very bad going on, and things then happened while they were doing the movie, which they believed was all because of what was going on at the house. One day they invited the family there, but the mother would not go. She's like, I'm not going back to that house. I'm just not doing it. And because of that, part of the family did go. And while they were on the visit, there was a huge, or like a gust of wind that came up. And like they explained it as it wrapped around the family, the wind did. And the members there, the actors, the actresses, the crew members could all see that there was this wind moving around them. But as you looked around to the rest of the house or the rest of the property, because they were outside, nothing else was moving.
Oh, wow.
None of the trees were moving, bushes, grass, anything else, just right around these folks. Some other things happened weird. The hotel caught on fire that the cast and the crew was staying at. The director, his name was James Wan, he had something happen that you and I have had happen. In that he was working in his office one night, and his dog started growling and barking, and was fixated on one spot in a room that room he was working on.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had that happen before, where we know animals can sense things.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the things that he had happen. Also, the actress that played the paranormal investigator, her name was Vera Farming. She refused to take her script home at night with her. And she also refused to read her script at night. She did not feel comfortable with that script. She did not feel comfortable taking it home with her. She felt like if she was taking the script home with her, she was taking something evil home with her, which was very, very interesting, because she had two things happen to her that makes me think that she did have something attached to that script, or attached to her, something that may have attached to her. And one night she opened up her laptop to read the script off of her laptop, actually. She opens her laptop one day to look at the script. She has basically what was described as claw marks across the screen of her laptop, from lower part of her screen to the upper part of her screen.
Ugh.
And the day that they wrapped up the shooting of the movie, she went home to her home, and she got up the next day, and she had 3 claw marks across her thigh.
Oh, wow.
So it very well may be that why she didn't feel comfortable is there was something there, and it was targeting her.
Yeah. Yep. Maybe she brought it home from the set.
Maybe.
That makes me think of, because, I write scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. Weird stuff.
Weird stuff. In my second book, Left in the Dark, while I was writing that, I was writing an exorcism scene. And I was so involved in that scene and I was home alone. My husband was traveling, and I'm, sitting, using up my time writing a book. And the dog was upstairs, and I was just sitting downstairs by myself with my laptop, and I heard something moving behind me and whispering while I was writing the exorcism scene. So I quickly closed my laptop and I went upstairs with the dog. And that was the end of my writing for the night. So I wonder, sometimes we conjure stuff up when we're doing that. I'm like, did I bring that into reality, or did I just freak myself out,
Well, I don't know. It's...
Welcome back to Weirdos in the Wild. Before we return to our program, AJ and I would like to take a moment to remember my brother John Tincher, co-founder of Beyond This Life Paranormal, and Alan Oxley, AJ's father. Both passed away just before we recorded our first episode. Each and every episode going forward, from this one on, will be in remembrance of them. Thank you. Feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or energetically off balance? It might be time to reconnect with yourself. At Mystic Bliss Reiki, we offer heart-centered healing using Usui Holy Fire and Karuna Reiki to help you release stress, clear energetic blockages, and awaken your inner peace. Whether you're seeking personal transformation, looking to heal from past emotional wounds, or curious about your soul's journey through past life regression, Mystic Bliss Reiki is your sacred space for spiritual renewal. We also offer certified Reiki training so you can not only receive healing, but also become a healer. Sessions are available in person or online, so wherever you are, your healing can begin. Are you ready to feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned? Visit mysticblissreiki.com and book your session today. Where energy flows, healing begins.
Looking for your next favorite book? Or maybe your next ghost story? From the Ground Up Books isn't just a bookstore, it's an experience. With 2 unique locations in LaGrange and Shepherdsville, we're proud to be a local hub for readers, writers, and lovers of the unusual. Our LaGrange store is tucked inside the historic Ballard House, built in 1840, and yes, it's haunted. Join us for book signings, author events, and ghost hunts through this legendary Kentucky landmark. Or stop by our Shepherdsville store, nestled along the Bourbon Trail, for small-town charm, indie reads, and a few spirited surprises of its own. So if you love books, community, and just the right amount of weird, come visit us in person or explore online at fromthegroundupbooks.com. From the Ground Up Books. Read local, feel the history, keep it weird, y'all.
You know, some of these movies, they have actually, you know, tape these movies at these locations that, where these things have occurred. And
Right.
it's very well and very possible that that there is something there and there is still something there. And we know that increased activity, no matter what it may be, can increase the paranormal activity at the same time.
Right.
So very well could be.
Could be.
So I got another one here. It's a movie called The Omen. I've never seen this movie.
I had that one too, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. This one's creepy to me.
Yeah.
A lot of weird stuff happened. So I guess the premise of this movie is that there's a little boy who the mother, and unbeknownst to the mother, the real child had passed away, and the father basically replaces the child with another child and never tells the mother the story. Again, I've never seen it. But of all things, the child is the Antichrist, which I know that's kind of a crazy jump there. But anyway, but it also kind of makes sense of why a lot of people said this movie was cursed. And you may have found some of the stuff, and if you may have got some other stuff, please jump in here. So, the lead of the movie was Gregory Peck, a very famous actor during his time. Right when they started filming this movie, his son took his own life, which is kind of the first of the horrible things that happened during this movie. Next thing, a crew member was coming into the actual set one day, car crash, and was injured pretty severely, according to what I found. Another part of it, the director and Gregory Peck were on an airplane together. The airplane gets struck by lightning while they're flying.
Wow.
And then this producer was on the set of a different movie, and he was in Rome, and he was almost struck by lightning, actually, while he was on the set of another movie.
Wow.
Also, there was a group that was of the crew and I guess producer or what have you, but they were going from one location to another location, and they were on a private airplane. And not far after takeoff, that airplane went down, and 11 people lost their lives that day. There is another incident where one of the actresses, Liz Moore, she was I guess they were in Europe at this time and taping, and she was driving in the car with their special effects person for the movie, and they were involved in a car accident. The special effects person and everybody else that was involved in this accident were slightly injured. She was killed because she was decapitated.
Ooh.
The other strange part is there is a decapitation scene in this movie.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know about this part. This one even kind of seemed to be a little bit jumping the shark to me. Supposedly, the driver of the movie said there's a city there called Omen, not far from where they were. And supposedly he saw a sign that they said that they were 66.6 miles or kilometers from Omen.
Ew.
I don't know about that one. That one seemed to even stretch it for me, but what was it, 666? And because it was the Antichrist? I don't know. But obviously there was some real tragedies that happened, and it sure sounds like that movie was cursed.
Yeah. And that's very similar to I ran across Poltergeist.
Oh yeah.
And that one was considered cursed because all the young stars in it, not all, but several of them died. Not during filming, but shortly after. And so they consider that, being cursed. And they think that that could be because of some of the stuff that they used in filming. It's like the pool scene. They
Mhm.
had actual real skeletons, real people skeletons in the pool scene.
Oh,
So I would imagine if you disturb somebody's remnants like that and used it in that respect, that maybe it was cursed. I don't know.
yeah.
But that was a similar thing to the Omen, so
I also saw came across something about a movie that was done in 1983 that was about the Twilight Zone, the series The Twilight Zone.
uh-huh.
And there was an actor, his name was Vic Morrow, and he was killed on the set, which unfortunately, sometimes it does happen that people are
Hmm.
killed by accidents in movies. The strange thing about it is that he had predicted his own death and predicted that he was going to be killed in a movie, acting.
Wow.
And he had a dream that while he was on a set in doing a movie that he was going to be killed. And he even believed it so much that he actually took out a $5 million life insurance policy on himself because he believed this was going to happen.
Oh, wow.
And what happened was, during the movie, there was a helicopter crash, and he was killed during the crash along with two child actors.
Mm.
Yeah. So kind of strange when you talk about the Twilight Zone and that was
That kind of happens. Yeah.
yeah. So I found a couple other ones that are kind of strange too. This one I found was a music video from the group Radiohead.
Uh-huh.
They were doing a performance and a taping of a music video of their song called All I Need. And they had rented out a venue to do this. And, it's kind of like the whole music video thing where you see them playing, singing, the whole bit. And in the back of this stage area, there's a door with a window. And you see this creepy looking girl go past this window and this door.
E.
The thing is that there should have been nobody else in the building, and all that was the emergency exit out of the building.
Huh.
So kind of creepy. I saw it, looked it up, kind of creepy. You don't It's kind of like, where did this girl come from? Very strange. Captain America. In the movie Captain America, in one scene, there is a shadow figure that is in the background that you can clearly see in the movie. There's a scene where there's a lady that's in it. I'm not a Marvel person, so I don't know all this. But if you look over her shoulder, you can clearly see this shadow type person that's over her shoulder. Very strange.
Mm.
Walking around. It's never been really explained about why or where this person came from. I found a couple more here. There is a movie that was from 1976 called The Boy in the Bubble. No, Boy in the Plastic Bubble.
Yep.
John Travolta. And there's a scene where he's with this girl and you look over his shoulder and there is definitely a figure there and it's in all white, looks like a white dress, and they pan back and forth a couple times, and whatever it is or whoever it is, it's still there. That one's kind of creepy. I have to admit, it has that whole lady in the white dress kind of folklore theme going on to it. It's kind of odd. I don't know if you came across that one or not.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, and I got a couple more here. This one is a movie that was made in Mexico. I never really found the name of it. I saw some video clips. It's creepy. It is really creepy. The story is that they taped this movie was in an abandoned building, and there was a young girl that was killed in this abandoned building. There are two scenes where the actors, actresses are standing in the foreground, and in the background you see this little girl, grayish, whitish, transparent, but you can see through her, but you can see it's a little girl walk behind them twice during the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was kind of freaky. That one was kind of freaky to me. So I thought that one was pretty interesting too, because that one was hard to explain because unless it was just pure, you know, movie magic that they put her in there. But and then I found one more, and I swear to God, I didn't know. I've never heard of this movie before. I thought it was very strange, but it's a movie from 2013 called Return to Babylon. It's a silent movie that was made in 2013 in all black and white,
Oh, wow.
which number one just is kind of strange. It was made in 2013 in silent. Another strange thing is the director, producer, I'm guessing this was some sort of indie type film, you know. She taped this movie. She did it all by hand. She taped it. Her claim is she taped it using a discarded movie camera she found on the side of the street, road, garbage somewhere. So, and the whole thing is kind of strange in that, but the whole premise of the movie is it's stories of actors and actresses from the silent movie era. There's a lot of people that say, and I watched some of this, if you do slow motion to the movie, the faces of some of the actors and actresses transform into really weird looking things
Mm.
like black eyes, no eyes, like a face within a face that looks like a skeleton. There will be multiple people in a scene and you only see it on one person's face, or one person's face like completely blanks out. Everybody else's is normal. Really kind of weird. And there are also claims that some of these faces or some of these are actually not the actual actors in the movie, but these are actually silent movies era actors and actresses that are actually showing up in the movie. I don't know. It was number one, I just think the movie's kind of odd, kind of a cool, but kind of yet a cool throwback to nod
Yeah.
to silent movies, but just strange things happening during that movie. So yeah, that's kind of what I found and some of the strange things I found.
Well, I found a few more.
Okay, well let's hear.
These will be pretty quick because there's not like a huge story around them, but one of them, your story kind of leads directly into this because it's an old black and white film
Mm-hmm.
called The Passion of Joan of Arc.
Mm-hmm.
There's some viewers that believe that there's faint figures that appear in the background in crowd shots that don't seem to belong to anybody, like they shouldn't be part of the extras or anything like that. I guess they don't look quite as consistent as the rest of the actors do. Uh, then that could be part of the black and white filming process. Who knows? Then we have so Doctor Who episodes that were early on in the franchise, which, if you're a Doctor Who fan or know of Doctor Who, there's like a bazillion episodes of this thing by now. So it's some of the really early episodes that viewers have claimed that they could see shadowy figures move through the background corridors when there's no actors scripted to be there. So that was kind of interesting. And then this one I didn't know, and I know everybody knows this movie. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
That in one background shot that there's a childlike figure that briefly appears, and there was no one. They were saying there was not even an extra on set that should have been there during filming, but there's a child that goes through that, and I need to find out for sure what scene that is, so I can go check it out. Um, and then this one kind of surprised me that it's Little House on the Prairie. That some fans say that they can see, especially when they were shooting nighttime scenes, that they could see people's reflections in windows, which to me could be, other set members or whatever that's reflecting back in the glass that's on the other side of the camera.
Uh-huh.
Those, but there's a lot of people that claim that that could be paranormal. And then, of course, I ran across your Omen, but the other show is also Friends. And I've been on the Friends set, so I don't understand this. But anyway, they say that they could see like strange dark figures in some of the apartment hallways. I find that very interesting because their set is in an old warehouse, and part of it is filmed also they have like a street in Warner Brothers Studios that is used in tons of movies. All they do is they change like the building facades and trees and move stuff around. So it's
Uh-huh.
it's a very self-contained area, but the actual Friends set is in a warehouse. So if you're looking down a corridor or a hallway, I'm thinking it could probably be a crew member in the back moving around because it's not really a hallway in an apartment, but a lot of people say that they could see these strange shapes in the hallways and stuff on that show.
Hmm.
So,
Never heard that one before.
yeah. So that was pretty much all I found. Wait a minute, maybe not, because you found the Amityville Horror and Conjuring 2, but there's also the Haunting of Hill House, uh,
Okay.
which they talk about a lot of cold rooms, certain rooms that are really cold. So that ties back to another episode that we did. But they can also see shadowy figures or other movement and stuff that shouldn't be there. And that's all I found. But basically, I could go through those real quick because it was all, seeing shadowy figures or people that shouldn't be on set. So that's what all those had in common.
I was going to talk about one other one, and it's not really a movie thing, but it has to do with these are the investigators that were part of the Conjuring House, and it's kind of one of the things that kind of that in fiction, that Conjuring House universe. That's Annabelle the doll.
Oh yeah,
People say that that doll is
it's possessed.
possessed, I guess is yes. Demonically possessed, I guess is a good way to put it. And wasn't it not long ago one of her handlers passed away?
Yeah,
Um,
they had just gone through Kentucky.
yeah, yeah. So, but I guess she is also then part of that Conjuring universe of I don't know. And I don't know anything about Annabelle. I just know of the story. So,
Hmm.
but I guess you could have went. I guess we could have saw her while she was in Kentucky, though, couldn't we? But I'm not into that.
I
So.
don't want anywhere near that thing.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's another topic for another day. Haunted things, I guess, is a good way to put it. That's a good one for another day, someday. So,
No.
but yeah, that's about what I had for it. I hope people found this one to be interesting. We thought we would kind of try something a little bit different, a little bit fun, and something that's more in pop culture instead of just us telling you ghost stories,
Right.
stories that you may know of. So
And now, a lot of people are going to be queuing this stuff up trying to find it, or
that's right.
or
All
at least
right.
try to Google the scenes.
Try to. Yep. And I found, like I said, I was able to find some of them just by Googling them. YouTube. I found one on YouTube, so you can go that way too. So
Yeah.
if you want to find some stuff. So, all right. Well, Lynn, before we get out of here, we got some people to talk about and thank.
We have Dimensions Radio. So
Yep.
thank you, Chris and Jamie and Debbie, who's on there a lot as well. You can listen to them on Crossroads Lagrange streaming radio app. They have their show called Dimensions Radio. It's on Tuesday nights at 7. And we have Mystic Bliss Reiki to thank. That's our friend Missy. And From the Ground Up Books, which is my bookstore.
Yeah. And let's plug your radio station. Let's not forget that because it's going to be coming out probably, I don't know, somewhere around the time.
Yeah.
Probably around the time this one hits sometime. So,
yes. So our bookstore From the Ground Up Books is launching a streaming radio station called Salt River Current. It's local to Bullitt County, but it's streaming, so you can listen to it anywhere. It's a sister station to Crossroads Lagrange, and we'll be launching April 4th. And after that, we're doing what's called Weird Wednesday. So Wednesday nights at 7, you get to listen to our backlist of, can you believe we have a backlist? Weirdos in the Wild episodes. So we're over 40 episodes in now, which is just blows my mind that we're still doing this. So be sure to tune in. You'd be able to listen to it on saltrivercurrent.com, and we're going to be releasing an app whenever it comes out on April 4th. We're launching on 4/4 at 4 p.m.
4/4 at 4 p.m. So,
Yeah.
yes, listen to Weird Wednesdays. We'll be glad that we are going to be part of McGill Media, and hopefully that's going to continue to grow a little bit more down the road. We'll talk about that someday.
Yeah.
And, listen to our good friends, Chris and Jamie. They are, their show is very much like ours, lots of different paranormal topics. Think you'll like it.
Yeah. Definitely. You've probably heard them on our show, the live show we did. They were our guest, and then we've also been a guest on theirs a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, Lynn, I guess it's time to get out of here.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone, and keep it weird, y'all.
Thank you for joining us at Weirdos in the Wild. Please show us some love and support on our Patreon account at Weirdos in the Wild. Like us on all of our social media. And if you've had an experience you'd like to share with us, visit our site at weirdosinthewild.com. Until next time, keep it weird, y'all.